That's kind of insane.
Yep.
All right, what's the title of the stream, Josh? I think you get to do it. You've been prepping this.
Title of this stream, where's my notes? No, not you. The Iron Hand Caravan.
Wait, we're having an actually relevant stream title? What?
Hey, shush.
Insane, I know. Listen, I could tell Josh prepped the session, so I'm like, he's obviously the one who would know what the session would be called.
Very valid, but like, whoa.
What do you say? What are you saying? I don't prep all my sessions?
I just know you. Literally, all you said you wanted everybody here. We don't have everybody here yet, but
That, generally speaking, anytime the DM says that, it's like, I specifically actually have a plan.
I actually worked for something and I'd like it to pay off for once.
Yeah.
In D&D? No.
Right, yeah. We're going.
Kai, you okay over there? Okay. Awesome.
I'm eating some nuts and making nut jokes with my wife.
Was that the start of the stream right there? Is that how we started this week
it
off?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Nut jokes aside, who wants to do a recap?
I don't know if I can. I could try.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, I was not here.
I think we just cleared the top floor, right? And then headed back?
Or the most bottom floor we have, the second floor down. Yeah, and then we started heading back, and then I think we ended with, you see the caravan tents in the distance set up.
Oh, yeah. We had left, and then we could see the caravan. Yeah.
And that's where we left off.
Yep.
Gosh.
So yeah, last time you guys played Skyrim and cleared a dungeon.
Let me pull up that notepad of all the loot we got.
Yeah, while you're doing that, the crisp air bites your skin as you descend the narrow snow-dusted switchbacks from Deepfrost Citadel. Each step crunches through the fresh layer of snow, the sound echoing off the nearby cliffs. Below, the sleepy town of Vermilthen comes into view, its crooked rooftops and chimney smoke barely visible through the forested landscape. But this time, something is different. At the foot of the switchbacks, where the snowy forest opens into the town's outskirts, a collection of vibrant tents and merchant wagons now break the monotony of white. Flickering torchlight illuminates a bustling caravan camp, a swirl of activity where there was once stillness. The clink of goods being unloaded, and the low murmur of traders' voices mix with the soft crackle of fires, creating a sense of unfamiliar life in this otherwise quiet town. As you draw closer, the faint scent of roasting meats and spiced ale drifts on the wind, mingling with the evergreen scent of the forest. Tall pines stretch overhead, their branches hang heavy with snow, forming a natural arch as you approach this camp. Merchants hawk their wares from beneath colorful canopies, their breaths misting in the cold air. Wagons laden with supplies stand in a neat semicircle, while larger tents, possibly belonging to the caravan master or more important merchants, dominate the center. It is clear that the town has some new visitors.
I'm sorry if I missed it in your monologue. Did you say where they were set up in town?
On the this would be on the north end.
On the north end. Okay.
So that would be closer to the Citadel, like the Citadel side
Closer
of
to
town,
the
right?
cave, right? The
Yeah,
collapsed
because
mine
it's-
entrance.
the
Yeah,
cave
I
was
would say
like
more-
west of the switchbacks, right?
Yes.
Right, I'm thinking of the normal map we have, but it's isometric, and the Citadel is north, right?
Yeah.
Citadel would
Okay.
be north, yeah.
Okay, alright, got it.
And so like the cave that had the like cave-in / skulk exposure would be northwest of the caravan.
Yeah.
There are multiple stalls and things set up. The sun is still fairly high in the sky and just starting to edge down towards the horizon. Let me now grab my notes. You see many people from the town talking with people, laughing. You hear a booming laugh off to one side where you see taking other notes where you see Hal and Xanthos chatting with a large jovial looking half-orc man. You you see Simeon Windbreaker giving a big hug to another diminutive figure, a burly looking halfling woman, surrounded by armor and weapons and tools, all made out of fine steel and metal. You see Soren's specific Karzan. You see Soren's parents chatting with another couple who are surrounded by what looks like just general goods. There's 3, 4, 5, I believe 6 different stalls set up. Each have people moving in and out of them, but each of them also have one person there that looks like they are in charge of each stall. As I mentioned before, everything was set up in a large circle, rings upon rings of tents and wagons. This is one of the larger caravans that you have seen come through here, Karzan. At the center of it all is a bonfire, but it's not just a collection of a ring of stones with a wood and fire and coal and charcoal. It's grander. It's a metal cauldron, about 10 feet in diameter.
If there's a coiled sword and skulls in that bonfire, I'm running.
It's a 10-foot cauldron where the edges are splayed off like twisting vines or arms and fingers reaching to the heavens. The fire on the inside burns very bright, and as you blink, you each catch different colors. For 1 second, there's a green section of flame that that burns off. When another one of you sees a blue and a purple, magenta, white, orange, yellow, all the colors that you can imagine in some way, shape, or form burn, but not the entire thing, just pieces of it. One aspect of the fire burns a different color and then goes away. You're replaced by another. One person stands out throughout the bustle of trade that you see in front of you. She is standing next to the next to the cauldron, looking around, kind of surveying everybody. Nice finery. She's a all 7.5-foot Goliath. Shaved head, but tattoos of braids and markings all along her scalp. She wears, heavy leather or heavy furs, but across one shoulder is a cape. There is a specific medallion that seems to be latched, holding the cape to her clothing. Tarzan, you would recognize this as the symbol of a caravan master. The person who's in charge of the entire operation, getting people to point A from point A to point B safely, logistics, everything it's her job. However, you do not recognize this caravan master.
Have I ever met previous caravan masters?
Several, yes.
Okay.
This one is unfamiliar.
Okay.
As a note, though, also, most of the people, the traders that you can see, are also unfamiliar. So, Fellowship of Fools, as you enter this warm, busy space, what do?
Can I ask a quick question? You said that somebody was like embracing a female halfling, right? Like
Yeah.
Knew them previously, right? Is
Mhm.
kind of the vibe that. So at least some people in the town are familiar with this caravan.
Seems to be. At least people in the caravan.
Tarzan.
As you stand...
Oh.
I was going to say, as you stand taking it in, you do see Xander Velt, the town master, Hermilthen's town master, walk over to one of the stalls. You see a tabaxi woman with kind of a veil over her head, crystal ball in front of her, knickknacks and weird curios all around her, and they start chatting as you stand here taking in the sights.
Well, it's quite a bit larger than I expected.
I've never seen one this large.
Agreed. This caravan's like got as many tents as there are buildings in town, right? Like that's the vibe I'm getting.
Similar, yeah. It's yeah. Because it's not just like the salespeople, but also the people who work for them, and
Right.
guards and other kind of caravaneer servants that help get from people across. So yeah, it's a large retinue here.
Tarzan, would you say that Hermilthen doesn't represent a good enough financial opportunity for these people to be their destination?
I've never seen a caravan this large, if that's what you're asking. Yes. This is unusual.
I wonder if word got out on the Citadel.
That's not... That can't be...
The timeline wouldn't make sense unless
Cal,
somebody...
I want your counsel. Do
Sure.
we survey the area first, using my detect magic to see what's up for grabs, what we're dealing with here? Or do I go back to the vein, see if anyone's there, talk to Soren, price the remaining magic items we have for sale, and bring them back for bartering?
That's not a bad idea. My impulse was first to gather information before we do anything else. I was going to go speak with that Goliath woman.
I'll come with you. And Carson's going to quickly cast Detect Magic, because it probably faded after like the 2-hour walk down.
Yeah, probably.
Cast spell.
And Clash is going to cast Detect Cool Things to Buy.
Flash, make a perception check.
Followed by a wisdom saving throw.
Where there it is. It's a
Oh.
mercantile, or I mean not mercantile. It's a merchant caravan, right? Did I catch that correctly? Okay.
Oh. $15.
Money.
You
Yeah,
start.
I got some money.
You start walking around, and you just take in what is being sold, right? So you have a the large half orc that was chatting with the horsehead merchants. Seems to have just kind of general gear, adventuring gear. Some weapons, some just kind of a collection of things that could be needed in, if you will, an adventuring situation. You see there's a half elf, or a full elf, selling what looks like very, very fine textiles, fabric. Clothing, just very, very kind of a little too exotic for this area. The female halfling that is still chatting with Simeon, the blacksmith at this point in time, has weapons, tools, armor. There is what looks like a trapper who's selling nice furs and leathers. There's a kind of an older couple, human couple, who are selling general goods, rations, food, some tools, shovels, picks, those kind of things. And then the tabaxi that you guys saw seems to have just kind of an eclectic group of. There are some potions. There are what looks like some wands set up in a rack, trinkets here and there. It's not. It looks nice, and some of them looks a little mysterious and fancy. But yeah, that's kind of the general layout and gist of what you get as you're walking around.
A blacksmith, right? Is he just part of the general goods part of the caravan, or does he have his own weapons caravan that he's displaying goods?
He's got his own, or she, sorry, the halfling is the one selling the tools and weapons and armor. The blacksmith, well, maybe
I would.
Would Clash have met?
No.
Okay.
I haven't met like any of the civilians except the barkeep.
Okay. Yeah, then in that case, she is standing there with a familiar. You've seen him around. You've never met him, but a familiar, kind of orange bearded dwarf.
Okay. I want to approach the blacksmith goods and wares, take a look at the weaponry, and I'm going to make a intelligence check to see if Clash understood his companion's, I wouldn't say concern, but confusion, and whether or not he'll try and make general conversation to figure out what's going on around here.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
While he's doing that, once we're finished with this, me and Cal are gonna approach the Goliath caravan master.
Is
good.
this
That's a success.
Smith near the on the path that we were taking towards the Goliath woman?
Say that one more time.
So we were over here, and we was trying to go to the Goliath woman. Is the blacksmith like on the line, or like do we have to go out of our way to get here?
If you're following Clash, it would be a little out of the way.
Yeah, I began moseying.
I'll say that I followed Clash because I'm interested too in that stuff.
Okay. And
Then,
I'll say that
I think
Nyx follows with Curzon and Cal.
I think actually I'd like to all go in that same direction and just kind of be doing an insight check on the area while he does his thing, and we can do my insight check after.
Go ahead and roll that insight
So-
check. With 11.
Yeah, my check was if it was over 10, he understood that there was some hesitation in the party, and he's gonna make casual conversation with the blacksmith as he browses the wares, like, what brings you around these parts? Quite a journey,
Yeah.
How's the weather? Small talk to try and get some basic info.
Okay. Just for the heck of it, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh my gosh, he's rolling.
Oh, we cooking
As-
over here.
As you're chatting with this female halfling, she's looking up at you and
Oh, I'm absolutely slob squatting too. So, I mean, she still has to look up, but not quite as far.
you find out her name is Dern. She has come to Milton because she wants to sell her wares. Her family's quite affluent in one of the other cities that you've never heard of, and she thought that this would be a good route to hawk her wares.
Oh.
Like, she seems, as far as you can tell, really genuine. She seems to know the dwarf next to her, who is someone who lives here in town.
So is she implying that she joined this caravan because it was going this way? Or she's what got the caravan to go this way?
She joined.
Okay,
The
so
caravan-
the caravan was already moving this direction, is the question.
On this route,
Okay.
it just so happened to be stopping in this town. Maybe this wasn't one of the highlight destinations, but it was a destination.
So then I would follow up with questions like, what other major... Because I definitely got lost on my way here, so I'm curious about what other major cities are on the route that would take you through such a desolate place.
So as she's talking through, telling you some of the other cities, she does seem like one of the cities that she's talking, or she mentions, is your home city, where you
Okay.
left the guard at. Other than that, you don't recognize any of the other names.
Okay.
As you were chatting with Dern, Curzon, are you beelining over to Caravan Master, right?
I am if Cal is.
I was gonna hang out for a minute. I'm kind of trying to get a feel, listening.
Sure.
I'm
Does
doing my
vibe
insight
check?
check, and
Does my detect
Yeah.
magic ping anything at that halfling's place?
At the Halfling's place? No.
I mean, wherever Cal is, I guess. I'm assuming we're passing by there, but
yeah, I kind of am meandering. I'm definitely making my way over to the Caravan Master, but I'm just kind of like taking a meandering, weaving route to get there, and just trying to get a vibe check. I'm listening to the conversation that Clash just had, and just kind of moving, trying to get a vibe before I get to the Caravan Master.
I mean,
And
there's
I rolled
always
a 7
an,
insight.
yeah, there's always an energy when a caravan comes to a small town, right? It's like when the circus comes to town. It's it's exciting. It's new. There's new friends, new faces, new people, new chances for trade. And so, I mean, most of the people who are out here right now seem to be more of the civilians, other than like Alan Xanthos. Just a lot of the general people of Hermilton are out browsing and whatnot. You kind of get the sense that the actual like business ventures will happen over the next week or so, however long they stay here, and that there's a lot of laughter, especially I will say the half orc on the far. Actually, at this point, on the opposite end of where you guys are at, you're hearing just this booming laugh coming from over there. No matter who he's talking to, he seems like he's having a good time. There, maybe with a 7, there seems to be an air of mystery around the tabaxi sales lady person. But that could just be what she's trying to portray. The general vibe is, we're here, here's our wares, bye.
Okay.
Detect magic, on the other hand. As you're walking around, Karzan, following everybody, the Tabaxi's shop seems to have the most concentrated amount of magical items, and just kind of an essence, an aura of magic as well. There's funny enough, the trapper seems to have a couple of magic items for sale. And as you walk by there's a small little sign on the side that says Silver Song Textiles, the elf that's there. A lot of the fabric is actually giving off some magical essences too. Magic-wise. Oh, and the bonfire.
What
The
about
bonfire is giving off major magical
what about
stuff.
besides things that are being sold? What about things on people's person? Are there any magical weapons being wielded by any guards or any of the merchants, or like the magical things like on them? I mean, the Spaxia probably can't tell if she's like coated in magic, but like everyone
Yeah.
else.
For everyone else, not really. No.
Okay.
No one else has like no magic daggers or bows. Everything seems to be kind of as weird as a new caravan coming to town is mundane.
Okay. Once we approach the Carrot Master, I'd also like to check her, but I'm assuming I haven't gotten in range of her yet.
I think at this point, unless there's anything else that anyone wants to check out, you guys can head over to the Caravan Master.
The only other thing I would do is I purchase a longsword, since they're cheap, and I assume they have one.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Longsword will cost you 15 gold.
Yep.
I'd like to ask the halfling woman and the half-orc if they have any magical weapons or armors.
The halfling woman just finishes up a transaction with Clash and looks up. Oh, magical. Unfortunately not. Most of our equipment that we make for magical means is outsourced and taken elsewhere. Yeah, sorry. We have a lot of good steel here. A lot of good tools and things that might be needed.
No problem.
So
Thank
take a
you.
look.
Do you know if any of the other tents would have any magical weapons or armor? And it's really just weapons or armor. I'm not interested in other magical items.
I haven't seen anyone else doing weapons or armor other than me.
Cool. Yeah, no problem.
Kind of, kind of part of the contract, right? No conflicting sales.
All right. Thank you. And I'll go to give her a fist bump.
She reaches up, fist bumps, yeah. But hey, I will say if next time we're in town, or if next time we're coming by, you want to order something special, I can always submit an order for you to my uncle. He's the one that does all of the, he's the one that deals with all the magic people. But we can get something special, custom for you if you want.
Oh, I thought I saw you with somebody I knew. Are you friends with the local blacksmith?
Oh, Simeon? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've met him before. He's a good friend of the family.
Cool. So how do we submit an order?
Well, it depends on what you want. I can. It's going to take a little while, but I can get you down for something specific, and we can see how close we can get it. And then you pay half up front, and then when it's on delivery, you pay the rest. If we can't get you exactly what you want, we'll do a bit of a discount on the last half, but that's kind of the basic gist of it. Anything specific you want?
No, really just wondering. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
And I'll turn around and walk away.
Actually, on that, I would turn back around and ask if they're currently carrying or could get us silvered weapons.
Silvered.
Currently carrying.
For monsters,
I'm not
steel
currently...
for men, silver for monsters.
Yeah, that's fair. Not currently, but we can next time. I'll put that in my my ledger for
What about
the next pass.
adamantine? That's also a metal. Or mithril.
That was
Mithril's a
probably
metal.
way more expensive.
Mithril
Silvering
probably
is
give a magic aura.
much cheaper. It's just like a coating on the outside of a
Adamantine adds
steel
500
weapon.
gold to the cost of an item.
Yeah. In fact, on that note, is silvering a weapon something the local blacksmith can do? What kind of mines were these that we're at? Was it a silver mine?
It was a general, like, good mine, I guess. Like, it had various natural resources, I think. I don't know.
The town probably has silver for silvering weapons.
We've literally looked through the ledger of the mine master, master foreman, and all their shipments have been in and out, so we'd know if they had silver in that place or not.
Yeah.
So is that something that I could ask the local blacksmith for
Maybe.
instead and get it done faster?
Possibly, yeah.
He's still there, right?
He's kind of on his way to another one of the stalls. Yeah.
Well, then I'll ask her how quickly she can get it here, if delivered, or if it's smarter for me to ask that guy that's walking away from me.
Well, smarter for who? Smarter for buying business? You ask me, right?
I gotta kill monsters like today or tomorrow. So like,
well,
do you guys do weapon dash?
No, but I like the idea. I'll talk to my uncle about it. Closest or the earliest we can get it here would probably be a month or two, depending on our schedule coming back. But
that's like gonna like take a moment to count on his hands. Well, that's a lot of ghosts. That no, oh, sorry, can't wait that long.
Oh. You could hypothetically ask a courier to be sent, but
it's true. Yeah, I mean, I probably have to pay extra though. I'll just ask the local blacksmith. I'm gonna chase him down real quick. And then ask him about that.
I have ideas about that problem, by the way, Ryan. So I'll get back
Silvering
to you.
weapons?
No, right. Getting items here or ordering items. I'm realizing I have a spell that might help with that.
Oh.
Just the hypothetical scenario, we get to learn somebody. Sorry, interrupting, but
you're good.
Like,
as
to know the right
you go off.
Okay.
sorry. As you go off to ask Simeon about silvering your weapons, Cal and Karzin, Nix, and Ergi. I don't know where else Ergi wanted to go.
I'll probably just hang out with Flash.
Those who are going to the Caravan Master make their way over in that area. Upon approaching, make an insight check, both of you. Cal and Karzin.
Oh, okay.
I have to step away for just a second. We're back.
Good.
Insight. That's pretty good.
You both notice that she's looking, yes, at the people who are here, the sales that are going on, and like nodding. But every once in a while, she'll look kind of back down the road where they came from. Every time she does, there's a twinge of concern or sadness or something on her face. Then she turns back to another one of the sales that are going on.
Before we initiate conversation, as part of my insight check, I wanted to determine how affluent she is, and how, on the scale of lumberjack to aristocrat, she kind of like feel the vibe she gives on like how she lives her life.
Car salesman.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of the car salesman with a bit of a bookie vibe. She is not, for being a Goliath, she's huge, but she's not like bulked up. She definitely looks more of a bookworm, more of one who wants to talk her way out of conversation or talk herself out of bad situations rather than fight her way out. As you approach, she turns, notices you out of the corner of her eye, and turns and nods. How have you found things? Everything all right?
Quite well, thank you. Our friends are having a good time exploring your caravan. My name is Calendar Starweaver, or as you may or may not know me, I am wow, he wouldn't struggle with this. I am Corel Lorian, and I want to watch to see if she registers that name at all.
I'll just kick off the same insight. There's no like full recognition.
Cool.
Name Lorian, maybe.
Yeah,
but...
that's great. And I just was startled to see such a affluent caravan coming through our small town. What brings you all here?
Money? Let's be honest.
In Hermilton?
No, Hermilton's not our last stop. We have a circuit. We're heading down south next and hitting up a few of the smaller towns down that way, and then back east after that. So we've got a circuit. It's not, no offense to your town. I actually do enjoy this part of the area. This isn't our absolute, at least not Most of us. This isn't our absolute stop.
Some of you are planning to stay?
Well, in theory, yes. And she looks back down to the road. We have a couple who joined our caravan to, I guess, specifically travel to Hermilton. Why? I don't know. I was just paid to bring them along and protect them. But
Does your
they fell behind.
contract preclude you from telling me who they were?
I mean, at this point in time, they're not even here yet, so I'm a little concerned. I'm just a little distracted.
What bothers you?
Those two specifically in their group, I should say, fell behind earlier today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think you froze.
Oh no. Oh.
Hello? Hello?
We're
Hello.
back.
They fell behind earlier today, is where you cut out.
Of course. I don't know what happened there. They fell behind earlier today. I went back to check on them, and it looked like they had a...
Oh no.
You're gone again.
Internet problems.
I'm gonna grab a water real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You guys, hello?
Is there
Oh,
someone
hello.
downloading something in the background, Josh?
I don't think so.
You seem...
You're on Windows 11?
Well, yes, but
It's easy to blame every problem on Windows 11, in my humble opinion.
eh.
I don't know what's going on.
You seem alright now, but remains to be seen if you'll stay that way.
We'll see if logging into Boundary does anything. By the way, they just got fiber optic installed in our area, so we're going to be switching over to that. Hopefully, will help some of this.
Fun.
Okay.
You
was the last thing you guys heard?
seem like you're consistent, so...
Okay. Weird.
You're a robot.
What was the last thing you guys heard?
That she went back to check on them because they fell behind.
She says, yeah, I went back to check on them, and they had a broken wheel. They said they'd fix it and catch up, but that was midday, and we haven't seen them.
Flash is going to, well, I'll probably have to make a stealth check. Dramatically appear from nowhere. Not that he's trying to stealth, it's just a convenient time for him to do a bit, so...
Yeah, go for it. Perfect.
Heard a mile away. Crunching of leaves, crunching of snow.
It's more the
than them
crunching.
there hills.
It's more there's crunching of snow. Yes. You hear a as Flash comes up to you all. His Is it a braid? I can't remember. Is it the braid of billowing?
The braid of billowing, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
The braid of
dramatically.
billowing starts to flow behind him.
Hands on hips. There's wolves in them there hills. I think.
What about
There's wolves in
wolves?
their hills, right? Weren't there wolves in their hills? Anyway,
Thought I
we
was
could
just crazy.
probably check on them. You know, for a adventuring fee. I'm gonna look at the party and, like, see if I get nods of approval for asking for money.
Please disregard everything he just said. He's the new intern here.
I'm just trying to take initiative, boss.
I think he rolled so badly on stealth because he was trying to stealth and Ergi was not.
May I inquire your name, Caravan Master?
Oh, I am so sorry. My notes were shut down. One sec. I apologize. I'm normally better at introductions. She kind of gives a flowery bow. I am Sigrid Raylan. My friends call me Iron Hands. Don't ask why. It was a bad joke from a couple years ago. Anyway, yes, that's my name. Sorry, I'm tired. It's been a long day. Both Sigrid and Josh says.
Well,
Ooh, I can do this.
Sigrid, my group and I would be very pleased to go check on your party for you. We are a fellowship of adventurers newly christened due to recent topical events in the town.
Well, it's good to see someone's protecting this town, or at least watching out for things like that. I'm gonna give them a couple more hours, and then maybe I'll come chat with you guys if they're not here by then.
The first few hours of a rescue are the most critical.
I respect your judgment, Caravan Master, and will leave you to that.
I will say they did have their own guards with them, so should be okay, hopefully. Anyway, if you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to.
I actually had some interest in. Well, let me gather my thoughts on the topic, actually, and I'll get back to you. But I may have a business proposition for you.
All right. I eagerly await your proposition. And she, at this point, someone, one of the caravan workers calls for her, and excuse me. She goes towards that call.
Alright. Carson's going to point at Clash, you, and he's going to point at Ergi, you. You're coming with me to the Bane. I'm going to need muscle.
I've got lots of that. I'm gonna pose, slap my bicep, you know, the usual stuff.
The braid billows in the non-wind.
Very much so. As we are walking, though, Clash is gonna pull out his notebook, which, if anyone's paying attention on the cover, says "How to Be an Adventurer 101." And he's making a note about don't always ask for money for rescue. Okay.
Love it. While those three are heading off to the vein, Cal Nix is just kind of hanging out around next to you guys, or next to you. What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna wander around. I'm specifically looking for one, instruments, bards, storytellers, the things Cal would personally be interested in, and just kind of wandering around looking for those kinds of things. But anybody who looks like they are...
Says something.
Well, yes, but no. I'm looking for the people who would know the people who are up to something. Like people who would sell specifically to adventurers or who would buy from adventurers. Those kinds of people. And just I'm wanting to ask some questions to those kinds of people.
Sure. Right off the bat, the half orc, excuse me, the half orc individual who was over there talking to a one of the lumberjacks, trying to sell him a new axe. As you see, a lot of his wares that are kind of displayed around him are basic adventuring gear, if you will.
Does this axe appear to like actually be something that this lumberjack would need?
I mean, it's an axe.
Is it quality? Like, he's not trying to rip the guy off, right?
Would it be Carson
From a
approved?
distance, from a distance, it's hard to tell. It looks like a very similar axe to what you've seen the individual carry around town, just a little bit newer. It doesn't seem janky or cracked or broken in any way. But again, that's from like 10, 15 feet away, so it's kind of hard to judge without handling it yourself.
I think I just let the sell happen or not happen on its own. I don't think Cal's gonna get... He's over there like with his fingers up, like thinking and trying to remember details from the books Carson's been having him read and trying to figure out for the good of Hermilton's economy what he should do in this situation, and all of the information that he's trying to memorize just kind of overwhelms him and he just kind of stands there looking vaguely confused.
Yeah, it sounds like economics to me.
Yeah, right. After about 30 seconds of just standing there in, it's not decision paralysis. It's just kind of overwhelming.
Somewhere between information overload and decision paralysis. It's like both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel a hand on your shoulder. You turn around and Nyx is kind of just staring at you. You okay?
Yeah. Studying is hard.
Never really done it. Well, that's not true. Did it a little bit.
Really?
Oh my! He kind of looks around, see if anyone's listening. My God, grandfather's.
Oh yeah, that's
quite
fair.
a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of information in those. That's for sure.
Yeah. The sale ends up not going on, not happening. He can't quite convince him to get a new axe when his old axe is just as good and more comfy in his hands. As the lumberjack walks away, he turns to you. Ah, my good friend.
Well, Matt,
What can I get you?
What's your name, sir?
I am Grelk.
Grelk. I've always enjoyed your culture's names. They're just satisfying to say. Grelk. Like,
They're
good
really
names.
not, but that's okay.
I like them.
What are you looking for? What can I help you find?
I happen to be a bit of an adventurer, and I was just wondering what kind of wares. You appear to be somebody who would sell to my lot, and I was just wondering if what kind of wares you were interested in purchasing from us.
Purchasing from that is a good question. One I haven't been asked yet today. I like it. What I'm attempting to sell to my clientele I'll say in the next stop or the next few stops, I would be looking specifically to sell good equipment.
Just good, sturdy, get you through a forest without dying kind of equipment, right?
A forest, a cave, or the ruins in some random part of the world, like that thing up there. And he points to Deepfrost.
That thing takes a
Right.
little bit of different equipment, but I understand your point.
That's the kind of stuff I would be looking to, I would say purchase, yes. But I'd be looking to sell later on.
Yes. Obviously, buying at a discount and selling at an upcharge, as you do.
You understand me. You do.
Have you had much success here in Hermilton?
I mean, there's not as many adventurers as I was told would be here, but
You were told there'd be many?
Yes, because of that. Apparently,
Who indicated that there would be a lot of adventurers here?
Oh, we have stories of Vermilthen teeming with people coming to conquer the monsters in the mountain or something like that.
Interesting, because I was under the impression that nearly nobody had gone into that building for at least 2-3 decades.
No, Oh.
Well, very few.
They came back out alive, anyway.
Well, nobody came back alive. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
nobody.
for sure.
Oh no.
But I still say what I did, regardless, because I was exaggerating the counterpoint to see how he'd react.
I mean, that's what I've been told. I thought there would be some good sales here, or at least individuals maybe giving up on that, if you will, and selling their gear. You know,
Interesting.
supply and demand or something like that. Otherwise, if you have some fun little trinkets and things, I can attempt to pass those on. I don't want to get too into the magical stuff that is Valara's area of expertise in this caravan. He kind of points over to where the tabaxi is.
Do I have
You look
something
over.
to sell this guy? Sorry.
Infinite
You see
fruits.
that she's giving like a crystal ball reading to a little girl.
I'll need
But
to
yes,
speak
if
with
you have
Valara.
anything,
I have a friend, a golden dragonborn. He's a good man, a trustworthy man. And he is likely to come back and speak with you again later.
perfect.
As a side note, this is something Cal would know. The first level of Deepfrost we cleared completely. We gathered 17 torches of continual flame from there. And that
Ooh.
sounds like something that would interest this guy.
Yeah.
And we have a
that's
whole bundle of magic wands, don't we?
Yeah, we do, but that's the only thing in my random
That would
list
probably
of
go
things I
more
have.
to Baxi.
Yeah.
A magical light source that never goes out to water or whatever. That sounds like some adventuring gear.
Wait, how come I don't have one of them?
Because we're planning on selling them. That's why.
We have 17. We should probably.
And I have the dancing lights cantrip.
We have continual flame at home.
I will mention that just to kind of get him a little excited is we did manage to come into ownership of a few torches of continual flame that I believe we're trying to part with.
By context, I would assume that those are horses that never go out.
Even
They
when underwater.
Oh, that's fancy. So that's he kind of leans
It's in
back.
that in-between zone of adventuring gear and magic gear.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's about to say. He's like that's in that in between zone of adventuring gear and magic gear. We would have to consult with my friend over there.
Don't want to step on any toes. I get it.
No, and let's be honest here. This caravan has a fairly intricate contract for all of us.
I've heard a little bit of the details of that kind of thing. It sounds like a doozy.
I mean, you don't mess with it, and it works. We all get paid, and we're all good. So,
I mean, yeah, everybody has a place, and everybody's in their place, right?
exactly. Speaking of places, I interest you in a couple of health potions.
Actually, that may be likely. That would be more of a group resource, so I would need to consult with my group before we decide whether or not to invest in that kind of thing. So I will need to return to speak with you later on that.
May I ask, other than adventuring?
Well, I actually had a few more thoughts on that contract that you were mentioning. I actually had a few more questions about that.
Okay, sure.
Your caravan master mentioned in passing that a few people joined last minute with Hermelthen as their destination.
Yeah. Not technically a part of the full contract, but escort, I guess. We're just bringing them here.
What can you tell me about them?
They kept themselves, mostly. They're they'll say they're captain of the guard, if you will, whatever you want to call him. He's an awful poker player. Just I probably won like 30 gold off the dude.
Wow.
It was fun. Yeah.
That's a decade's wages to a farmer. I
think we're not farmers now.
Yeah, that's... Wow.
But no, it's a lord and lady who want to come here for some reason, and...
A lord and a lady? Do you remember their name?
Lord's name is Orlin Orlin something or other. I'm not good with names, so. Seems like a decent fellow, though. Like, as always.
The captain of the guard, as fun as I'm sure it was to take his money, he was a friendly bloke, though.
No.
He was not friendly.
No, he's the typical guard, right? He's the bodyguard, the one who's always very stern. If you do anything to hurt my lord, I will kill you. That kind of deal.
Wow, that's. I wouldn't want to be guarded by that kind of guard.
To each their own. Question for you, though, my friend.
Yeah.
Other than this adventuring broad hullabaloo, what is it that you do?
I am a purveyor of art. I appreciate and
painting art, or
I'm gonna whip out my pen that I've had one occasion so far to use in this campaign, and I'm going to swooping letters as it shifts through the rainbow, glitter ink across a sheet of paper. You could say that.
That's something I could use.
You would be hard pressed to buy it off of me. You'd have to give me a fantastic deal.
That's fair. We'll find you later. There's a tavern in this place, right? This tavern.
Oh yes. The stash. It is a wonderful place. The bartender, he's a genuinely friendly man, and he takes care of each of his patrons personally.
Perfect. I'll find you there. We'll chat.
Fantastic.
But I haven't had means of the means of bringing this out. I have a set of charcoal pencils back here. Might be interested. Again, trying to sell to the adventurers, but I have random odds and ends, right?
I believe I'm not currently in the market for drawing implements, unfortunately.
All right.
I tend to favor the storybook myself.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any books. I should do that. I should get some books and bring them along.
Books are the most important adventuring gear. Because if all else fails, at least you have some tinder, right?
Very nice. Very nice. All right. I got to get back to it. And he looks around. He's like, people have kind of filtered out now. They've come and they've seen, and they've kind of left. And well, maybe I don't have to get back to it. Oh.
Well, have a good evening. I appreciate you speaking with me.
Thank you for the conversation. See you at that tavern.
Sounds great. Maybe I'll buy you a drink there.
Love it. He kind of turns and it's that awkward. You don't he doesn't have anywhere to go.
He's telling me to leave. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'll go. We actually close it at 9, you know? I gotta lock the doors, you know?
Yeah.
Cash registers actually turn themselves off.
I think until I have Karzan and any magical goods that you might want to sell with me, I don't want to really approach the tabaxi yet. But I would like to kind of move through and talk to different shopkeepers and just kind of try to dig for the names of that lord and that lady.
Sure.
And any other details about the contract that people might be trying to not talk about. I'm kind of digging for those kind of things.
Okay.
And I'm happy to just for the sake of brevity, do a charisma check or something.
I was just about to say make a let's just make it a straight charisma check, because those don't get used very often.
17.
18.
Where did that +1 come from?
Huh.
I got a 13 plus 4, which is my charisma modifier, and then it gave me a +1 for some reason.
No idea.
Well, Foundry decided that I got an 18, so there you go.
Okay. Right, so what exactly are you looking for? Sorry.
I'm looking for the name of the lord and the lady. And I'm looking for any pieces of the contract that people might be trying to hide, or not really, they're willfully ignoring it, or just kind of those kinds of things.
Gotcha. When it comes to the contract, they all seem pretty open about talking about it. Nothing seems, as far as you can tell, nothing seems shifty or shady. When it comes to getting the names of the lord and lady, it's interesting. Most of the people there know that it is a lord and lady. But nobody seems to know the last name. It is Lord Orlin and Lady Tolia. And some people even give you that the the guards themselves the steel guards, based on the head of the Lord's Guard, Roran Steelarm. But
You said Roran Steelarm?
yeah, Rhoran. But that's it.
Huh.
And as you stand back and ponder that, Tarzan, Ergi, Clash, three of you have made it to the vein, the golden vein. What are you grabbing? What are you doing?
Alright. So, Tarzan has his old cart. He used it to get into town when he first moved in. He's going to pack it with the floor 1 loot. I have sent a list of all of the loot that I gathered from floor 1. And the floor 2 loot is there. The floor 1 loot includes a 10-foot by 30-foot rug, which I've annotated for now, the textile half-elf. 2 stuffed an elk head and a hog egg for the trapper. We have roughly 40 books from Thaddeus Holston's library and personal room that we don't have to make up. Don't worry about it. I don't even know if I'll be able to sell them. I don't imagine. I couldn't pick out anybody who'd be interested. The Continual Flames, and then a dragon head art piece, a portrait of a mountain landscape, and a portrait of a forest landscape. And then obviously the stuff we just got from floor 2, which was the saber-tooth meat. I was just about to type up all of the magic items that we have potentially willing to sell. But that's the like mundane stuff I'm looking to hawk. And like the 10-foot by 30-foot rug, that's definitely going in the cart. The elk head, the hog head, art pieces, the torches.
And a pile of approximately 15 to 30 flutes? Question mark.
Oh yeah, we did grab a ton of the... We grabbed all the wands. I don't know how many wands...
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever wrote how many wands we got, but...
They're somewhere.
If I remember correctly, there was about 2 dozen wands.
Few dozen, so we'll say like 36?
2 dozen.
2 dozen. Okay, 24. I heard few.
Sorry.
Okay. So we'll just say 24 wands. And there were also rods in that closet though, right? Like 3? I don't know. I don't
Yes.
think
Yep.
Yeah, we had
we'll
a
just
couple
say
of
3
rods.
rods. Those were the only 2 things I remember. And then there was obviously the Wand of the War Mage, which I'm keeping. As for magic items, so as I get to the vein, I'm assuming Soren's there.
Yeah, Soren's there.
Nothing's been sold yet.
He looks up. Oh, hey, I heard a bunch of people outside talking about the caravan. Is it here finally? They get set up?
It is.
On. May I have the rest of the day off to go to the caravan? Go shopping?
You may. Today is...
Thank you.
We're here in town, so I will manage it.
Thank you. And he kind of picks up his stuff and... by the way, nobody came in today.
Understandable. They were too busy prepping the caravan and setting up their tents.
Probably, yeah. Oh, okay. I'll see you guys later. And he kind of rushes out with a little pack over his shoulder.
Have I actually met this character before? Don't recognize them. Have I been inside the shop? I don't think so.
Have you been inside the shop?
No.
I don't think so.
You're muted.
At least once. He slept there once. But I don't know if he was there at the time. Like, it might have been closed.
I'm not the only intern.
Maybe one
Sorry,
day.
no, Soren's actually paid.
Oh, I can't believe
Soren's
this.
actually a full-time employee. On the one hand, he's on the shopkeeper branch, so he's not really an adventurer.
Oh, I don't want that then.
Indeed. And Karzan will point you guys to all the stuff he's grabbed. I need to look at our magic items, because we have them, and we want to sell them. Let's see. I keep trying to pull up... Okay, there we go.
Wait, what's this axe of screaming void? That sounds awesome.
We specifically did not mention that to you.
I can't believe this. Cursed. This axe is cursed.
Yeah, that's
Less
why.
often.
You'll see this super cool axe on display, and you'll like reach to touch it, and Karzan will immediately slap your hand and say, "Don't touch that."
But I can hear it calling to me.
And that's not calling; it's screaming.
Oh. Oh yeah, so it is. Why is it screaming?
That's not a question you should think about.
He's just squinting at it. I want it.
All right.
Is it like
We
how
would all
cursed?
die if Flash had this.
What was that?
We would all die if Flash had this axe.
Extremely.
Succeed
so-
wisdom saving throws or go berserk.
Let's look at the Golden Vein inventory. So we have for sale. I'm gonna pull up my Discord so that I can write down all the stuff. Shrink this down a bit so I can see it better. Okay. So there's an Ice Knife spell scroll. Alright, okay, I'm gonna label this section as magic items. Ice Knife spell scroll. Ever smoking bottle. We don't want to sell the rose. We've determined that's really good. Axe of the Screamin'.
Yeah, and I'm carrying the rose at the moment on my person.
We did just get those goggles that let us talk to dog or something. I don't think I see. Are those
Who
in
had
the
those? Someone has
inventory?
those. Flash wouldn't put them on again because he thought they were cursed and made him go blind. So I think Brian has them. Are they in his inventory?
It doesn't look like they were added to the items list.
What are they? Sorry.
The goggles
So-
that let you talk to dogs or something.
The shades of the dog.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna write it down. Shades of the dog.
Don't seem to be in his.
Someone had them.
Nix.
Hey,
He
hey!
is.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
he's here.
I'm
You're
Okay.
cutting in and out.
oh, you guys were everything seems fine now. Is it fine now?
I believe
Yep.
so.
All you've missed
Okay.
is shopping episode for the most part.
We've just been talking to people and getting to know the caravan.
The caravan's way bigger than we thought it was going to be.
That's true.
And it's led by a Goliath woman who's kind of nice, and I didn't expect that. And they were hired by a lord and a lady to take them safely to Hermilton. And I have not been able to get their last names. No matter how hard I try. You've followed me around for probably about 2 hours as I ask everybody for their last names.
I would say 2. It doesn't take that long to get to and from the vein, especially like we're only.
Yeah,
grabbing
I don't know.
the stuff.
An annoying amount of time. Nick's probably thinks it's 2 days.
That's fair.
And nobody knows their last names. And that lord and the lady fell behind earlier today.
And they're late
And-
getting back.
And they still haven't shown up in Hermilton. And we are maybe going to be hired to go rescue them. maybe. And also now Carzan's gathering all of the resources ever to bring to the caravan. You're caught up.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to do a roll call of all the crap we collected. And what do we want to sell and perhaps reshuffle? I'm realizing the Helm of Pompousness, or the Helm of the Night, as it's supposed to be called. I don't use it, but I feel like
What is
Clash
that?
could use it.
That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah. So Carzan's been wearing this
Does
helmet
it have a big
that
feather?
looks like... Yeah, basically. Carzan's been wearing this helmet the whole time that looks like out of character for him. It looks like a very knightly, like, storybook helm.
Okay.
But for you, Ryan, I'll tell you, it's attunement required, 3 charges. When you're wearing it, you can expend 1 charge to cast the Heroism spell, which is concentration. And I haven't been using it because there's a lot of other crap I could be concentrating on that I don't. But I feel like if someone in our group doesn't concentrate on things very often, i.e. you,
Yeah.
that would be really good. It also
My
grants
character's whole build is not concentrating on anything.
it also it also grants immunity to being frightened, which is pretty great.
Oh.
Which I don't know if that's good for you, but you know what? I mean,
Put
character-wise,
that
it's
on
not
my
good.
skull. Clash, if you're handing it to him now, Clash would don it in a very dramatic, almost reverent fashion. My first real adventuring item. Slots it onto his head. I'm a real adventurer now.
Yeah. So in the items tab, you can drag and drop Knight's Helm to your inventory and attune to it.
Items. I think those are
I'm just going to
folders.
delete it from my inventory.
Actors, items. I don't see it.
Let me see.
I see Papa Slippers, group inventory, and Golden Bane inventory.
What about
You see,
in
do
items?
you see the item
Folder.
folder in there?
Oh, there's a subfolder. Okay, I see. Oh wow, we have quite a lot more than I thought. So which one is it? The Knight's Helm?
Those are all
Yeah.
the items we've ever found,
Almost, except for the
which
dog
might be in
shades.
somebody's inventory.
Right now, Carzan has the +1 Amulet of the Devout. He has the Boots of Striding and Springing, which I don't think are listed there, actually. I think I just added those to my inventory. I'll drag and drop them onto here as well.
Look at all, yeah. That looks like fun.
I have the Cloak of the Aya.
And I have a +1 Wand of the War Mage. Nyx, do you have any magic items on you?
Trying to remember off the top of my head. Looking. Well, not counting potions of healing. I'm not sure I do.
That's lame. I can't believe we've never given you one.
Well,
I thought I
guess
gave
there-
you one that I had been holding, but I don't know.
Well,
Eric,
there probably hasn't been a lot that Nyx would have found useful.
That's fair. I mean, there's no like leather magic items we found, or like like a bow. We haven't found any ranger-themed spellcasting items
Yeah.
either.
And we didn't have a lot of use for that ever-smoking bottle.
Yeah, I mean, like we could bring it around. I mean, I guess there's like a possibility it is useful.
I guess we gave you the key.
We did give you the key, and that was a bad idea.
Yeah, so now the key is... I don't remember where the key is.
I think.
Oh, you don't know where the key is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cal hid it away somewhere.
Yep.
Ergi, what magical items do you have? I know you have the rope of climbing.
Yeah, so I have a few. I have the Necklace of Adaptation that lets me breathe in any environment. I have my +1 plate armor. I have Papa's Slippers. And I have the rope. So I have 4.
Holy mackerel. We decked you out.
I'm willing to part with anything except my armor.
The rope of climbing is too useful. We're never selling that.
Yeah, that thing is awesome.
The necklace of adaptation hasn't come up, but I could have sworn there was like some text when we got it, because it was in that room where there was like 6 pedestals. And I could have sworn there was some text about it like helping in the lower levels or something. But I could be wrong.
Technically, I could use it to go swim through that tunnel with the toad.
Oh, because you can breathe in any
I
environment.
could
Oh my
breathe.
gosh, how
Yeah.
did we forget that? You can breathe underwater.
We should try that next time we go in. Of course, I'd have to go
Suddenly, me
alone
playing with
somewhere.
that frog seems way more valuable.
Can't believe you could freaking breathe underwater and we completely forgot that. Alright.
Yeah, I honestly forgot about this item until you asked me just now.
Alright. And then Karzin, like I said, I have the amulet, I have the boots, I have the +1 wand. I forgot to mention I have the Shadowbound Wayfinder. We just got the Tome of the Hills. The Tome of the Hills isn't a weird one. It's, you use it once, you catch the legend lore, you can't cast it again for 7 days. Which, I mean, unless we're planning on taking another downtime for 7 days, we could, like, use it? Wait. Hold up. Tome of the Hills. Can't be damaged by immersion water. The spellbook doesn't deteriorate with age. While you are attuned, you can cast a legend lore spell once per 7 days. Hypothetically, could we pass this thing around and each of us cast legend lore once? That's kind of what it sounds like it's telling me.
You can certainly try.
I think we could.
I think we had this discussion, and we decided that it wouldn't work.
It was for the Shadowbound Wayfinder. Because the
you're right.
Wayfinder says the compass regains its ability at dawn.
Yeah.
The tome does not specify that. It just gives you the ability to cast legend lore once every 7 days. That's actually extremely more useful than I thought it would be. Though depending on who casts it, I guess, in the question we asked.
So, real quick, in the name of... Or I guess maybe this is better. Never mind, I'll say it in a minute.
Okay. So, for sale right now, there's a spell scroll of Misty Step somewhere. I think Cal has that, potentially. No?
I have a spell scroll of Shatter and a spell scroll of Invisibility, but not Misty Step.
Can none of us cast Misty Step? That's a question.
I think we've established that we can't.
Alright, that's on the selling block as well. Let me pull that up.
Oh no, I actually can. I can cast Misty Step.
What?
It's part of my Vengeance
Because you
subclass.
switched! Oh man, that goes right in your hands, man. Here you go. You have a spell scroll of Misty Step now. Alright, this... Until further notice, these are the magic items we have for sale that we are not currently using. The Ice Knife, Spell Scroll, the Ever-Smoking Bottle, the Axe of the Screaming Void, and the Shades of the Dog.
What do the Shades of the Dog do again?
Do we have an item for the Shades of the Dog? Because I did identify it at some point. I love that the Axe of the Screaming Void has like a sentence for its actual ability and then like 2 paragraphs for its curse.
This is the way.
Who has the Shades of the Dog in their inventory?
What's up? Sorry.
Who has the Shades of the Dog in their inventory?
I don't think anyone does.
I think you just read the description to me.
Must have, yeah.
I think the only person in the room with me was Nyx when I found them.
Well, you passed them over to me after we went back downstairs because we got them, and then we went to fight the guy.
Right.
And then after that, I sat down and identified a bunch of crap.
Right.
I did put a price on the Axe of the Screaming Void at 800 gold pieces. Oh, I didn't remember that part of the Screaming Void Axe, that it increases your hit point maximum by 1 for each level. That's why it's rare. That's pretty good.
It'd be great for a solo adventurer.
It would, wouldn't it? Unwilling to part with it. Keeping it at reach. You have disadvantage on attack rolls with weapons other than this one. Whenever a hostile creature damages you while the axe is in your possession, you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or go berserk. Yeah, that's not going in
I don't understand. It's perfect for me.
Scary part is to turn off the berserk. You have to be outside of 60 feet from anybody, and we couldn't do that because he'd be chasing us.
Yep.
It's true. It's true.
We would all just either die or we'd have to knock him out. It doesn't even say if you go unconscious, you stop berserking. So we have to knock him out and then leave. Yeah.
Or just push him in a hole and walk away. And then come back and fish him out, but, you know. Just because we were establishing who had what magic items, I'm going to go through mine.
Right.
So I have the dagger that Soren repaired, and then...
Simeon?
Yep, Simeon repaired, and then it got turned magic because my sister and / patron and both and neither forgave me. And made me forgive myself, and suddenly my dagger was magic. And then I have the frosted dagger that we found in the Citadel. And then I had the cloak of the Aya, which is the cloak of protection with the curse of screaming when I try to stealth. And then white chromatic rose. And then I have a couple spell scrolls. Yeah.
The rose is good. That's the thing. The rose is really good. The problem is that it will one day
shatter,
break, and then it becomes useless to us.
I'll be using it to just like not take cold damage from the environment, and then suddenly I'm gonna take a icicle to the back, and then we're gonna be done.
That's the thing. If we find something at the caravan that's worth trading for, that could be a good thing to trade for it. But that's like the hypothetical if. I almost think the dagger... I know the frost dagger's been with you the whole time. I almost think it'd be better with Nyx. Because I think he's like more dex-based, and the enemy has demonstrated it does not like cold. And it could be.
I am also quite dex-based, and it's my
Okay.
only damage.
Okay, never mind then. You keep it.
Yeah, I got a
and
plus
Nyx
3
has been
dex, and it's
using-
my only damage.
Okay. Yeah, never mind then. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
And Nyx has been using the bow more than melee.
That's super true. All right. I guess I.
And
Yeah.
part of my build, I have to have 2 different valuable daggers because I attack with one, then the other.
That's a great new picture.
Thanks, thanks.
Nice.
Definitely not hastily done at all. It's a
I was wondering why
masterpiece.
you're being so quiet. That's awesome.
Clash is very happy about his
Ryan,
now
Throw
additional
that
billowing
into
thing.
Token stamp. So I actually never mind. I'm just gonna take this image and paste
Oh,
it
I'll
on
make
there.
I'll make a better one later.
No, we want that one.
You
No,
know,
I
that
need to put it on the
Alright.
screen.
Oh, okay.
So, I found my note about when the shades of the dog were identified, but I didn't catch everything about it. Looks like what I caught was it requires attunement, can speak with animal once on a long rest, advantage on insight or something like that.
I think it was advantage on insight to interact with dogs.
Beasts, specifically.
Beasts. Okay.
Oh, right, and that's why you couldn't use it on the frog, because the frog's not a beast. It's
Right.
all coming back to me now.
All right. And we determined that we'd probably just want to sell that.
The shades of the dog.
Yeah.
Watch the next session. Have a dog that we really need to talk to and can't.
Don't tempt me.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm kind of wondering if Nyx would want it.
I mean, yeah, Nyx, you have 0 magic items. If you want it, you can have it. But also, you may want something from the caravan, so we can keep it in our back pocket as a bartering chip.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna edit my magic item list to say maybe the rose. The chromatic rose. Alright. Okay, that's my
The
current list
chromatic
of
rose is
wares.
like a single-use item.
It's
Am I
not
misremembering.
the rose?
Yeah,
It has-
single use.
It has
Never
like
had.
persistent value until it does its big thing, and then it's gone.
Alright.
Basically, resistance to cold damage until you take 10 or more cold damage. Or
Oh.
you blow it and turn it into a breath weapon. So like, we've been using it to endure the cold of hiking up there.
Okay.
And the cold of the second layer. But once like something hits you hard on that, it's gone, and then it's no value to us. And if we can sell it, because it's a rare item, we can sell it for, I think I priced it at 500. Let me look. I priced
it's
it
a
at
big pile of
700.
cash.
Carson priced it at 750 market value. So
And there's a trapper here, so you can just put on a big coat and be resistant to cold.
all right. Anyway,
So-
that's all the stuff we're throwing in the cart. We're heading back to the caravan.
Are you gonna try and sell them the cursed axe?
Yes.
Are you gonna tell them it's cursed?
Yes. Listen,
Oh,
that
okay,
may be a
okay.
selling point for some people.
That's true. That's true.
Some kingdom really wants to Suicide Squad someone.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like give them the axe and just toss them into enemy
When you
lines
ask
and say
Tarzan-
go.
When you ask Tarzan why would anyone ever want to buy a cursed item, he would respond with, "Why would anyone ever want to buy poison, my good friend?"
Flash is just gonna sit there, hand over his mouth, thinking really hard. To become immune to poison. No, that doesn't make any sense.
You can become immune to curse. curses.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
So if I microdose using this cursed axe, do you think I could become immune?
Depending, you might be able to raise your wisdom score by like practicing resisting effects.
That'd be a fun mechanic. I'd do it.
As Flash contemplates that, you guys, with your cart quite heavy laden, start your way down the streets to the caravan. For sake of brevity, because I'm not going over every small little thing and doing a
shopping episode.
It's a shopping episode.
No, we should definitely skip over every single like the minutia I've gone over. Like I'm not saying we should do that. That's something for you to like think about out of the game if you're bored. But
well, here's the thing. Talking to the Tabaxi Valara and Grelk, the adventure gear merchant.
There's also the trapper.
There's also the trapper.
There's all the monster parts that we got. Yeah.
And so you talk to a bunch of different people. It ends up that Valara is going to purchase the continual flame torches. All 17 she will purchase for 500 gold. The books she will also take. She looks through it. She gets really interested with some of the history aspects to it. And total, she will offer 200 gold for all of the books. I'll say all of the various from the library. The ones from Thaddeus's room, she will offer another 200 for. Because those ones seem to be higher quality and better make, even after being alone for so long, or in that situation for so long. The couple of traders, the general goods traders, will purchase some of the saber-tooth things. They'll buy the meat, the eyes, and the teeth for a total of 50 gold.
Okay.
The trapper will purchase the pelt for 60 gold. Let's see here.
I'm putting up a calculator with all the numbers you're throwing at me.
Cool. The elf in the textiles business will she offers 50 gold for the roper tendrils. As well as some of the roper stomach acid.
Do we want to sell that? Do we want to keep the vials of acid?
Money.
My characters tend to be klepto, and they hold onto a vial of acid the entire campaign, and then yeet it at the boss in the final fight with no intention of it actually doing anything.
Alright, never mind. We're selling.
Yeah. We don't have any alchemists among us, do we? Then there's no point in keeping that kind of stuff.
How much does acid normally go for? 25? Okay.
So the 3 vials of roper stomach acid, she offers 15 gold for. The Grelk actually will purchase some of the carapace chunks, the roper teeth, and then the eye, the roper eye, for a total of 80 gold. The halfling Dern will offer a total of 50 gold for the wands and the rods. Wait, sorry, that's just for the rods. The wands she will offer 140 gold for. So a 190 for the wands and the rods.
Okay.
The spell scroll, Ice Knife spell scroll, Valara, the Tabaxi, will offer 75 for it. Grelk will offer 350 for the Ever-Smoking Bottle. Dern, the halfling, will offer she will offer 750 for the Axe of the Scrim and Void.
Okay.
And you said you're keeping the glasses, the Shades of the Dog?
For
I
now.
think
Nyx?
going back and forth, Nyx would, yeah. For now, yeah.
Okay. I think that's it, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you said you might sell the chromatic rose depending on the price, right?
Do you want to look into that, Cal, or?
Well, we need to
I'm not
see what they're
against
selling.
it. What do they have that we could buy is really the question.
So if you're looking specifically for magic stuff, Valara has 3 potions of healing, 2 potions of greater healing, Scroll of Identify, a Wand of Secrets,
Ooh.
Bag of
What's
Tricks, the gray version,
Ooh.
various components, spellcasting components. Ask and we'll see if she has it. And then a bunch of random trinkets and things. With Detect Magic up, they don't seem to be specifically magical, but they look like they are well made, but they are selling for fairly cheap, which means you might be able to resell them for a greater price, or potentially if you have the means and want to, you could try enchanting some of them. That's up to you.
Okay. That's what Valara has to sell.
That's Valara. The trapper, who you find out his name is Bran.
Like the bread.
He is, yes, just like the bread. He's selling a pair of boots that are called the Boots of Winterlands, as well as a cloak of protection.
Oh.
Ern
Didn't
turns
expect
to
the trapper to carry the best items in the caravan.
yeah. Let's see here. The elf Eilin, Eilin, did you pronounce that? Has most of her textiles or fabrics are actually threaded with some sort of magical weave. She also is selling a set of glamored studded leather armor, some magical thread, and it looks like a robe. It's a magical, an enchanted robe, like a robe of protection. So you have the cloak of protection, and then she's selling a robe of protection.
Interesting.
Grelk has 4 healing potions, and that's it.
Wonderful. All right. So with the
So
numbers,
while you guys figure out what you're buying, what you're trading, yada yada yada, I gotta help my wife real quick. I'll be right back.
all right. With the numbers Josh just threw at us, it comes out to 2,520 gold.
Nice.
Wow.
That's a lot. We don't have to split them up like I like to do right now if we're trying to buy group items for the party. Boots of the Winterlands sounds pretty great.
Isn't that the same thing as the Papa Slippers?
Basically, like I looked
They
it up.
look
I think
like slippers.
the Glamored Stuttered Leather Armor, that's a +1 bonus to AC. That's insane.
Please, I want it, please.
Okay. You'll
Also,
probably enjoy the glamour part better than I would.
yeah, you can bonus action to speak the armor's command word to cause the armor to assume the appearance of a normal set of clothing or some other kind of armor. You decide what it looks like, including color, style,
I can do
accessories.
costume changes.
Oh my gosh. That's the most Cal thing I've ever heard in my life.
Flash
Okay.
understands. Fashion and glamour is very important as an adventurer.
Both of those different protection cloaks sound great. Those are
Yeah,
like
the
+1
cloak and the
Might as
robe.
well,
saving
yeah.
throws. That's amazing. And a
They're
+1.
both cloaks of protection.
I know
right?
I'm already asking for the glamored studded, but also I could get rid of the cloak of Aya and give it to Clash if I got one of the cloaks of protection.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. That's something to consider.
This was my
is,
first
like...
thought.
Oh, there's a message.
Difference between a regular adventurer
Which
and a good adventurer.
I don't need to be
Presentation.
able to stealth because we have Nyx, but also if I could stealth, that would be nice. Like,
The Cloak of Aya, outside of it within combat, is a normal cloak of protection, which is pretty great.
unless you're trying to do sneak attack stuff, but yeah.
None of us are rogues, so that's pretty great. I would definitely, like, I think me and Ergi both already have disadvantage on stealth checks. So if one of us wore it, it wouldn't change anything because of our armor.
Except for Flavor
Exactly.
screaming instead of just clanking. But
Sorry.
yeah.
Actually, I think is uncontrollable fits of giggles.
The Cloak of Aya?
I don't
I thought it
wanna
just
get-
Yeah.
screamed Aya.
Nah, it says giggles.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Then why is it called the Cloak of Aya? Maybe you're just like
Yeah, I
saying
don't
"aw
know.
yeah" and giggling, like "aw yeah."
Just imagine.
That's
cars
just
and
Yeah.
me.
because of the
That's just
cloak.
me on a regular
Right?
day.
I don't know if
Not
cars
even
would swear
cursed.
that.
Cars and giggling? I don't think I can think of anything more terrifying.
Opens a thing of gold coins.
Like that. Okay. So the 3 cloaks of protection.
Bag
around
of
the party is
Tricks
great.
also though is
Right, I didn't look that up.
excellent for the gray bag
What
of
is
tricks.
gray?
I have it. Is weasel, giant rat, badger, boar, panther,
yeah.
giant badger, dire wolf, giant elk, which
Oh,
are all
wow.
excellent scouts. And we're going through like scary areas, so having a scout isn't.
Creatures friendly.
I mean,
maximum
giant
nature.
badger. If I recall correctly, can really trivialize parts of dungeons. If you recall,
Yeah.
Josh.
Oh, I
Yes,
I
remember.
remember.
Trust me, I remember.
Well, this is. Oh no, there is a giant badger. I mean, it's a chance though. It's a roll. And it only has.
Yeah.
Still.
Doesn't it have limited uses?
Once per dawn, I believe.
Oh,
No.
it's unlimited, but it's just for 3 per day.
3 per day.
Yes, 3 until the
Wow,
next dawn.
that's pretty good.
That's insane.
That's
actually. Okay.
crazy good.
And the creature vanishes at the next dawn or when it goes down to 0 hit points.
So we basically want all these items, if I'm understanding correctly.
Yeah, it's just a matter of
The Wand of Secrets also would be excellent. Finding trapdoors or like that closet without having to use the item that you have.
Oh, wait, yeah, let me look at that. While holding it, you can actually spend it if no secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you.
Josh, what's the total gold cost of these magic items?
Too much.
Um,
Tell you that right now.
let me do some math, I guess.
We could also try
Is
to
it
trade.
over what we have then? I'm guessing.
I mean, we also have some personal gold. I have 320 gold on my person.
I have 200 something.
I have 80.
We could also try to trade the Cloak of Aya for just the Cloak of Protection. I'm sure we'd have to
That would
pay
be a
little
flat
bit.
upgrade if it comes to that.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see,
bet they'd
not,
take it with some money or something. Like,
not counting the potions of healing, correct?
Which we
Yeah,
want those
just
Yeah.
too,
magic
but you
items.
know.
All right, that's
we do have 3 healers, so
We do,
Yeah.
but like...
And I
like,
think
with and without
I have
potions
first
of
aid
healing would be
kits.
good.
Yeah, I have healer's kits as an emergency stabilizer situation. So
what about the glamored studded leather armor?
yes, please.
Yeah, we absolutely want that.
Either me or Nyx, but especially me.
Okay, total for all of that comes out to about 3,300.
Interesting, okay.
not bad.
We're
We
not
got
that far
2,500 and
away.
we valued the rose at... Like, could we argue for all of the gold we got from our items and the rose for all of the items that they just described?
Well, let's go over them again, because he kind of just gave us... I didn't write them down.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
okay, here. Josh, I'm sorry we're doing this. I know it's a lot. Would you please go over all the magic items you listed, and I will actually write them down this time.
The Wand of Secrets,
Wand of Secrets.
the Bag of Tricks, gray.
Tricks, gray. Tricks, gray.
Boots of the Winterlands, Cloak of Protection,
Right. Oh my gosh.
Robe of Protection, glamored studded leather armor. That's it.
Leather armor. Am I missing something?
I thought there was one more.
Was there? Robe of Protection, glamored.
The first time through, he also listed all the healing potions, so that could be part of why I feel like there was more.
Oh, yeah.
But I
Of
don't
course,
know.
there's 4 healing potions there, 3 there, and 2 greater.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and a scroll of Identify. I did mention
we
that
don't
before.
need that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can cast
figured.
Identify as a ritual.
And mystery.
Technically, it would make it so that I could cast Identify
Once.
once, but like if we ever get in a situation where you can't do it and we need to do it, but I don't know if it's worth a scroll of
Identify is
Identify.
also kind of a very situational. It's a nice to have, but like you can also short rest to learn something. I will say something else to consider. There's 2 other factors about money we have to think about. One is that it's not Garenwyn. Who's the other druid?
Oh,
Selena?
Selena, yeah.
Selena has that offer of, what was it, 1,000 gold for that instant
Yeah.
resurrection spell from the...
It's a permanent reincarnation spell.
Right. Instant reincarnate, basically. Like, contingency reincarnate. If you die, you reincarnate. That's insane.
Does that last forever?
Yes.
Like once she casts it, the next time I die, I just reincarnate?
Yeah.
Which is just freaking dope in and
That's
of
pretty
itself, because that just like doubles your lifespan. Like
There's-
even if you don't die in the dungeon, you just
Wow.
eventually are gonna die and
there's a-
reincarnate.
I really like re-rolling characters, so I don't need nothing like that.
I will say, as far as you know, the mechanics of it, it's however long that they are performing the ritual. They will attempt to perform it as long as possible.
Oh, so it's not passive. I was under the impression it was just she does something
No, like,
to you.
Sorry, I may not be explaining this correctly, or well.
I also don't know if it was 1,000 gold.
It was 1,000, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically it would be, if you die, you would get reincarnated, kind of permanently in this area for you. If that makes sense. For as long as they keep the ritual up.
So she has
And that's
to be
not something
like,
they have.
concentrating?
What does it take them to keep the ritual up?
As far as you are aware, it's not something they have to concentrate on. They activate it, and it goes.
Like bring a new bucket of water every day kind of effort, right? But that means that they have to do a thing every day.
But if she dies or something, then that's a. Can she cast it after death?
I imagine. Well, I mean, I'm sure if she's that high level of druid, she could probably cast reincarnate normally, but we'd have to give her the supplies for it.
Yeah.
Which is like, I can also cast.
I mean, might as well
Revivify.
just do that.
So here's the thing: like, there's a give and take between we get all these magic items and die less, or we prevent a death twice.
Magic
like-
items are fine.
And I can
I'd
already
rather-
cast Revivify.
I'd rather, buy an extra Revivify charge or two
Exactly, and that's the other thing.
and get the magic items.
Is spell components. I have Revivify. It costs 100. How much is it? 100. Let me check.
The 300 gold diamond.
It is 300 gold every time to cast it. I have 300 gold on my person, so I could also just buy one. But
Well, and I don't mind chipping in for a Revivify gem that we can hold on to.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I already
party
have
resource.
enough diamonds to cast it once. I want to say. Let me look. Yeah, I already have enough diamonds to cast it once.
Well, if I recall, Revivify is a singular diamond worth 300 minimum.
No, it says diamonds.
Does it say plural?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's very convenient. But yeah, so I have one charge right now. 2 charges sounds really nice. So that might be something I just buy with my own gold.
I'm happy to split that or something. That's yeah.
But regardless, we're trying to get these magic items, and I think that's super good. I think that's like super, super good. All right, yes. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 magic items that we will be purchasing. Our current, with everything we're selling, it comes to 2,520, and our quoted price was 3,300.
If we throw in the chromatic rose, will they take that trade?
Let me see real quick.
We say the rose because I think I have that valued at 800. No, 750.
Which is, I think, slightly less than the difference.
You pull out
Throw a set of
the
manacles into the mix.
Josh, is it worth 100 gold to get the manacles off us?
At this point,
No,
I'm
now you're
assuming
talking.
we have like all the merchants in the center with like all of their items and all of our stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You guys
Multiple
have-
notepads, scales.
Yeah, there are. It's not just the merchants themselves, the owners of the mercantile businesses, but also their bookkeepers. And this is one of the biggest deals they have made in a long time, and they are surprised that it's coming from this podunk, dead mining town.
Yeah, remember when I was trying to talk down this town to the half orc earlier? Yeah, that didn't work.
So, as you are discussing this, Cal, you pull out the rose. Valara looks over and her eyes get kind of big, and she's like, "Oh, that is beautiful. Are you looking to sell that one?"
It would be difficult on us to lose it. But the items that you have are quite tempting. If you were to offer us the right price, I think we could part with it.
What of a trade?
We could trade.
What if I... She kind of looks down at a gnome that's her bookkeeper. He looks up at her and points to something, writes something down in their books. I will offer you 600 gold. My 2 potions of greater healing for that.
Chatting with Karzan aside real quick, that means the 600 gold would put us to 31, right?
31.20.
And we needed 33 something?
Yeah. We could do the rest out of pocket because the greater healing potions.
In their group inventory, there's 350. Oh, the diamonds. Mind.
Yeah, and those are in my inventory right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wait a second. Karzan suddenly forgot because he's dumb. Because I'm dumb. Karzan forgot because he's old. We'll make that canon. I just remembered. There's something else in my inventory that I forgot. Where is it? Wait. Why is it here?
I think I would like to accept the greater healing potion deal because that's fantastic.
Oh no!
Go ahead
where is
and-
it? Oh no! Wait. Never mind. I sold them. I forgot. Okay, I'm remembering now. There was a bunch of rubies and sapphires we had, but I think I sold them.
Oh yeah, we sold those.
Okay.
I think we sold those to Velt.
Okay.
Or to the
I
horse.
do
head.
have-
Whatever.
I do have like 355 gold as well in out of pocket if we need to.
Okay, I have 381. So if we took that deal, we would be exactly, let me look, 280 short. No, 180 short. We split that in 5. 180 divided by 5
36.
is 36 gold each, potentially. Does,
I'm fine with that.
Clash, do you even have 36 gold?
I have 83 gold.
All
I
right.
have 70, so sounds good.
Clash is not particularly attached.
I'll pay for Clash's part.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't care.
Okay. All right. Then we'll each.
My big purchase for today was a 15 gold longsword because I want to get it silvered. Like that's
Fair.
it.
All right. Then we'll subtract.
And to
6.
me, the equivalent of silvering a weapon is just dipping it in silver, which Clash might try to do himself.
36. So subtract 36 gold from your total gold total, and we'll do this deal.
Okay.
Awesome.
Holy crap.
Shopping episode. You said 36, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Let me start.
Valara gingerly takes the rose Thank you. It was a majestic deal.
Treat her
Hey.
well.
Will do. They pay you the gold. She hands you the 2 greater potions, and then the rest of the deal, you hear a shing 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 as the gold is thrown in your pockets. Or not,
Except
because
for we don't get any
it's all
money.
the items. Yeah, you have
One big
now
trade.
very efficiently purchased out all of the magic items that this caravan has brought.
And simultaneously restocked them on magic items.
Yeah.
What a deal.
Ones we didn't want, but some other bloke might.
This is
Yeah.
how I play RPGs, except normally it's thousands of wheels of cheese. So, they got off
I
good.
feel like normally you just pickpocket the merchant after.
Exactly, yes, yeah.
For the
Take
stuff
all
you
the
just
stuff
sold.
back.
Yeah.
And then when he gets mad at you, you slay him and take all the rest of the stuff out of his pockets.
We're
Yeah,
not murder
yeah,
hobos,
yeah.
thankfully.
Yeah.
Not this time.
All right, so I'm gonna send to the group our haul.
I have all the magic items I could ever need or ever want.
I did just give you
so-
that helmet.
Yeah. It matches my billowy aesthetic, and unless you can find something that billows even more, I'm
Cloak
set
of
for
the
life.
yeah could be good for you.
It would, I
For
think.
me.
Or no, I think we wanted it for maybe either me or Ergi because
Yeah, I have no need for it.
because I don't think. Wait,
No
Clash,
need
what's
for
your
it.
armor?
It's 16, but it's not important.
No, but like, does it give you disadvantage on stealth?
I'm wearing chainmail, so no, actually.
Yes.
Yes, it
Does
does.
it?
A
No,
chain
chainmail
shirt
doesn't.
Chainmail does.
doesn't. A chain mail does give disadvantage.
No, the item description doesn't say anything about. Hold on, let me read it again.
Sometimes
Heavy armor.
Okay.
Sometimes Foundry doesn't have.
There it is. Okay, it's like a little stat box. Stealth disadvantage. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so it would be
It's
good.
not in the description.
Although here's the thing, we could sell. I just realized there's another thing we want, and that's better armor. For me and Clash potentially.
Well, any armor better than what I'm currently wearing would cost several hundred gold. So that's at that point, a breastplate or
Tarzan would also
scale
want a
mail.
breastplate.
And I think a breastplate's like up in the 700s, isn't it?
No,
Pretty sure it's multiple
I think it's like
hundreds.
400,
Yeah, it's 400.
which is still a lot, but I mean
400.
it's. Oh, okay.
I'm not particularly worried about armor.
Breastplate is 400.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say that
Maybe
Dern
it's
does
scale mail. I'm
have
thinking of it 7.
Dern does have a breastplate for sale right now.
I say distribute magic items to the rest of the party, and if there's anything left over that isn't being used, I'm okay taking them, but I really do not need anything currently.
Got it. All
Again,
right.
unless it's like a silvered sword or something that billows.
What does the cloak of protection do again?
+1 to AC and all saving throws.
That would bring me up to 23 AC.
Oh my gosh.
Bonafide
Hey.
frontline tank.
The robe of protection does the same as the cloak, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Doesn't the robe replace armor?
Yeah,
though?
I think no, it doesn't.
Oh.
But I think Nyx for sure gets either the cloak or the robe, just straight up.
Okay.
I just realized the boots of the Winterlands are exactly the
Same
same.
as the Papa slippers, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why we wanted them.
Double up on that.
I also was thinking
Resist.
Boots of the Winterlands to Nyx as well, because having him able to like move and get places in like when he's stealthing and scouting and stuff.
I mean, if he's
and, like,
scouting,
jump-
should also give him the trap detecting tool,
Yeah,
right?
the Wand of
Uh,
Secrets.
Get stacked.
Going from 0 to What?
All magic items.
I also am wondering if the Bag of Tricks Gray also goes on him, because then he can have animal companions and stuff to help with scouting.
Honestly, I was thinking it was more thematic for Nyx as well.
And how many of those require attunement, though, is the problem.
I don't think the Bag of
I don't
Tricks
think
requires
any of
attunement.
them.
Really? Oh.
I think none of them.
Even the
Oh, the
wand of
cloak does.
secrets?
The cloak of protection does. The wand doesn't.
That's crazy.
So Karzan has Boots of Striding and Springing, which I don't think work well on Karzan. They might actually be really good for Clash, and I'm laughing imagining Clash jumping like 30 feet in the air. Like majestically doing a giant like 3 flips in the air
I mean,
as he like lands.
that
to
would
strike
be
a
funny.
pose.
That would be funny.
Karzan literally
Is
only
it-
took them to jump over the river.
Do they increase combat movement speed, or is it just
No.
combat verticality?
They just make your movement speed 30 feet, and your speed isn't reduced if you are encumbered or wearing heavy armor. In addition,
Oh.
you can jump 3 times the normal distance, though you can't jump farther than your remaining movement would allow.
Okay. Okay. Well, again, if no one else needs them, I will take them, but I don't need them. Clash's strength is pretty high. I can already leap over short buildings. Very, very
If
short
I'm
buildings.
not
in a
getting
single
better
bound.
armor, Ergi, how many attunement slots do you have left?
How many total do I have? I'm
3.
attuned to 2 things.
So you have 1 left. So you could attune to the Cloak of Aya. And that
Cool.
won't change anything because I'd also rather hear you laughing than Karzan. Especially because you're happier now.
Well, and the Paladin of Vengeance gets to giggle. I just that feels good.
The Glamored Studded Armor, that's going to Cal. He called dibs.
Unless there's a reason, but yeah, please.
So I'm going to put names next to these for my notes. Cal.
Yeah, Cal will need it more than Nyx will.
Nyx gets the Bag of Tricks. Nyx gets the Wand of Secrets. Nyx gets we'll just say the Cloak of Protection.
Yeah, I think you would prefer the cloak over the robe.
Okay.
I was fine with the robe. Robes are dope.
Alright, so Cal will get the Robe of Protection. Ergi now gets the Cloak of Aya. We literally just gave the Knight's Helm to Clash.
Mhm.
Who gets the Boots of the Winterlands?
I think Nyx.
Yeah, that way Nyx.
I
will
mean,
be able
Cal
to move
wants
around.
them, but I think they're more valuable on Nyx.
And Ergi still has the Papa Slippers. Alright. Man, 4 of these are going to Nyx.
I
Yeah.
genuinely think that's where they're most valuable
Yeah,
too. Like, it's
honestly.
not just like
Nyx is a little surprised at all the magicness he's getting.
We've kind of been we've been trying to be strategic with our magic items, like who uses it best or it's most thematic for, and this just so happens to be your day, man.
Okay.
I still think
So
I could
I'll
have used that Axe of Screaming Void, but I'll relent to the party on that one.
Like, I read that description and I was like, that sounds like the most awful time in the world. Like, that sounds like a recipe.
And you know
for-
me well enough to know I'll immediately want it.
Which is why we didn't tell you about it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay. And we get to keep the Shadowbound Wayfinder, which is like the Wand of Secrets on steroids. Where it's a secret, the nearest hidden object or secret location, instead of a trapdoor or passageway. But it also deals damage, so it's good for just finding things. And
Oh, that
reduces
feels-
max HP.
Cal's got an 18 AC.
Nice.
That's higher than me.
Lamard studded leather, +3 dex, +1 from dual wielder, and +1 from the cloak of protection.
Is it safe to assume we've short rested, by the way? My hit points aren't at full.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. As
Where's the short
items are
rest?
divvied up, the merchants, with their new acquisitions, go back, make notes, create the appropriate ledger, like write down the appropriate things in their ledgers. They are excited, and yes, there was that energy of excitedness before, but now this is like you guys have bumped it up quite a bit.
Does anyone ever ask where all this stuff came from?
I mean, we already told them there were adventurers, right? So
We did tell them that, but I mean, this is a podunk town in the middle of nowhere. It's a little suspicious to just have all this crap.
I think Grelk would kind of lean in as you're, especially selling the roper stuff.
yeah.
He would lean in and be like, you guys find this thing up there? That sounds awful.
Indeed. The stories of Deepfrost Citadel being a place no one can return to from are now false.
Good to hear. Good to hear. You're looking up at the now silhouette of, as the sun is starting to set behind the hills in the distance. The shadows are long, and as he's looking up at the citadel itself, I don't envy you all. Not sure what forced you or possessed you to choose this life, but it'll make us all rich, ain't it? I love it.
I was gonna say something. I forgot. It's okay.
But as things are getting dispersed, the carts that you brought, which was laden with a ton of stuff, is now empty.
I remembered the thing I was going to ask. The Tabaxi and the Caravan Master. Do they look like spellcasters?
Valara, the Tabaxi, she kind of has that air about her, yeah. Sigrid, you're not sure. She doesn't seem to be holding a focus or a spell book of any kind.
Okay. Carzan's just trying to determine if there is anyone in this caravan that can cast the sending spell. Because if so, that alters his calculations quite a bit in terms of when competition arrives, but
are you asking around for that specifically, or are you just trying to ascertain?
I'm just trying to ascertain. I don't want to mention it. I suppose if they can cast it, it's like it's a null point whether it happens or not.
Go ahead and make a let's make this an investigation check.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That was almost a 1
Big.
on my screen.
You slyly start to keep an eye on each of the merchants. And not just the merchants, their their bookkeepers, their cohorts in their own little businesses. There is, at one point, you are watching Valara specifically. Out of the corner of your eye, you see the Trapper brand talking with one of his people, and then he stops and starts going back to doing something else. But the person who he's talking to is kind of like his eyes glaze over, and he starts mumbling something. You're not far enough away to catch what's being said or if there's any magical properties from it, but you're fairly familiar with sending. If I remember correctly, you have the spell, right?
Yep.
It looks familiar. You're not sure to what extent, but it looks familiar. As you come to that realization, Sigrid comes over to your group. Well, this has been quite the profitable day for all of us, I believe.
Indeed.
Thank you for your patronage, your sales, I guess, is the best way to put that. You have single-handedly resupplied us for our next trip, for our next destination. It's kind of amazing, actually. As she starts to go on, she looks up, cuts off what she was about to say, and goes, "Oh, finally!" And as you look down the road, you see a carriage surrounded by about a half dozen guards on foot, walking up towards the town, walking through the town, riding through the town, towards the caravan. Nyx.
Or that.
Your keen eyes pick up something that maybe only Karzan would also see. I guess the two of you would recognize it. On the side of the carriage, the wagon, whatever you want to call it, the cart, which by the way is made of fine woods and gold and silver inlays and decoration up the wazoo. There are trunks on the top, kind of attached to the sides, almost like someone's whole life has been packed up and brought here. There is a symbol, not a symbol, a family crest on the side of the carriage. A silver mountain peak that rises majestically from a deep green field, and a lone pine at the base of that tree. There are words on the bottom and on the top of this crest. On the top seems to be who here, out of the two of you, I should say, do either of you speak either Draconic or Elvish?
I speak both.
I also speak both.
Sweet. So you both recognize the words. On the top is a Draconic sentence or phrase. Vutha us Tikil Svent. And along the bottom, an Elvish phrase. Per Lose Ture. Mean the exact same thing. Through ice, strength. Tarzan, you haven't seen this crest for about 30 years.
I had a feeling.
Real quick, if I can.
Hold on.
Okay.
Nix.
Okay.
Nix. You immediately recognize it from your grandfather's journal. This is the Holston family crest. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Wait.
Go for it.
I want to use my very rarely ever gonna be used background feature to get a vibe check on the guards
Go for it.
of
What
Watcher's
do
Eye.
you...
So Watcher's Eye just kind of like, I got an eye for the difference between, law enforcement, criminality. I just want a general vibe check. Do these seem like the good kind of guards, or are these like some real shady?
These don't seem like city guards. They seem like personal guards.
Yeah, I just want like a shady, not shady kind of vibe check on them.
Or as you can tell, not shady.
Okay. Gotcha. That was it. That's all I needed.
But yeah, that's where we're going to end tonight.
Sick.
Oh man.
We are out of the module into deep waters.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
This is where the fun begins. .png.
Yep. Right.
We're loaded up.
Yeah, you guys are... Don't worry, it's going to be a low magic campaign.
Yeah.
When have I ever done a low magic campaign?
Right. Magic items are just too fun. They're way
They
too
are.
fun.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, did those boots end up somewhere, or am I supposed to be taking those?
Oh, my
They're
speech
on
striding and springing?
Yeah.
I don't think they're good for Karzan, because Karzan, I mean, like, the only reason Karzan wears them is because his jump distance sucks already.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna be traversing caverns and crevices and frozen lakes. I think everyone should have decent jump, and I'm already solid with my
Alright,
strength
then
and dex.
Karzan will keep them.
So, yeah. If there comes a time where you need me to do an insane vertical leap, I'll just toss them on, right?
Yeah. I mean, they are attunement, but you know.
Yeah.
I think after all the sales, Nyx would ask for the shades of the dog to hold on to.
Of course.
That's... I'll put that in your inventory if it's not there yet.
That brings you to 5 magic items.
Very nice.
Just kidding, I'll create the magic item right now, and then I'll put it in your inventory.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I wasn't expecting the Holston crest. I thought it was going to be my family.
Oh,
I thought it was going to be the Maloons.
nope.
Which scenario is well, I wouldn't say worse, but
I actually think this one's worse.
yeah.
In my scenario, it's more just going to be like ridicule or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are
this
these
one,
like the owners of the keep or something?
They
Yeah,
may claim
potentially.
to be so. That's my worry. Is they're going to come into town and say, "This is our house now."
They're welcome to fight me for it. I have a room there.
Nyx is probably gonna have to speak up about his ancestry at this
Absolutely.
point.
Like, and not only that, Karzan's going to pull every legal law out of his butt to try and say squatters' rights.
If it helps, I also technically have a minor connection to some nobility that can lend us. I don't know. They're not like friends, but like employees that liked me kind of thing. I mean, employer that kind of liked me kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, you can always get the very small Emerald Valley royalty involved.
The scenario in my mind is they're coming here to take the Citadel because they somehow know that it got like cleared or something, and they have some sort of claim to Thaddeus Holston's heritage, and they might have documentation which Nyx may not, and other things like line of succession type stuff. Like, oh, even if
worst case scenario, they can move. If they try to move in, we can always sneak in from underneath and unleash the ghosts. You know, there's still. I mean, we didn't kill all those ghosts in the coffins, right? There's still all those coffins.
Would you love to see the people who your great-grandfather kindly buried in the catacombs? We'd love to show you. Here you are. That I don't think that's absolutely not something Carson would do, but
no, not at all.
Carson's a cutthroat businessman, but he's not literally cutthroat.
Well, if they try to take our big house.
Listen, Carson put up a sign saying it's ours. That's like
yeah.
It's like you lick a piece of food to claim it as your own. That's basically what he did.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, well, see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Catch you fellas.
Hey guys, see you next week.